In this design exercise, I made a word game. I'll be going over concept, color, layout, testing, and insight. Also, the game is available now on the Google Play Store. The link is in the description, so be sure to check it out. The concept is simple and named after the game. Come up with a 3-letter word using the empty tiles on the board. To keep things interesting, the first letter in the red tile is already chosen. The level of difficulty increases as you come up with each word by reducing possible combinations for the next word. Points are earned for getting correct and unique words. Here's a breakdown of how points are assigned. 100 points for having all the words on the board unique. 50 if one word is repeated. 0 if 2 words are repeated, but you still get to advance to the next level. And 25 points are subtracted from your score if incorrect words are on the board. The primary color palette centers around visually communicating which tile on the board is active, represented in blue. On the opposite end of that is what can't be active or changed in red. Everything else is muted in gray tones. For layout, the top left has an icon for returning to the home screen. The top center displays your current score. Top right is reserved for messages. Directly below, we have the game board consisting of 9 tiles. And the bottom is the custom keyboard. In the original design, the tiles and keyboard were aligned to the top of the screen. In testing, however, users consistently pointed out the amount of empty space at the bottom of the screen. To address this, I pinned the tiles and keyboard to always be centered. Also, the keyboard was now in a more comfortable hand position. In the initial game for handling incorrect words on the board, a message would appear showing 25 points was subtracted from your score and a sound would play. As it turns out, many of the testers had audio muted on their phones, so the only indicator was the brief message. To account for this, a shake animation was added to the tiles. The last key finding in user testing involved feedback on having a different way of interacting with the tiles. Before, players had to tap on the tile that they wanted to be active. After, left and right tabs were added below the keyboard to go forward and backward. The game was actually inspired by my sister-in-law who loves playing word games. In the early research phase of making this game, I had to find out if there were enough 3-letter words for this concept to work. I was surprised to find over 1,000 3-letter words. To keep the file size down, the audio for the entire game is made up of only one sound. The different sounds are actually a combination of either playback speed, pitch, or the number of times the sound is repeated. For example, the incorrect sound is the audio played back 3 times with the speed increased. And there you have it, my word game. Available now on the Google Play Store. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next design exercise.